Hi, guys. It's Kathy. I hope you're doing well. We made it to Wednesday. Yay. Wednesday's music bingo. Music bingo is just every time I do it, it's more and more and more fun. You guys should go out and play music bingo tonight because it's fun. Music trivia, I think, is probably fun too, but I think it's probably way harder than music bingo. Because music bingo, even if you really don't know the song, it says the lyrics over and over and over again. So you just read your card. You know what I mean? Today, we're just going to go to one courtroom. I tried to get a clip from this one courtroom and I couldn't. I couldn't get rid of any of it. I almost got rid of the only real court they did. They took a plea. I almost just got rid of it because it was too courty. The rest of the video is amazing. If you loved Judge Reese before, oh, forget about it. Forget about it. It starts off in the middle of a hearing, right in the very middle of a hearing. So, are you guys ready? Let's go to Judge Reese. This is all for Maiko. Maiko is all for you.
Well, people do crazy things. I've seen lawyers bump people in the courtroom. So, you know.
And also, she came by my shop. I have a video of that. My store.
Came by your shop, but what do you mean came by your shop?
She came to my store.
Came to the store or rode by it?
No, she came to my.
All right, is that true?
No, sir. Can I talk, please?
Yeah.
Okay, so I actually, when she tried to bump me and I did the TPO, I went to the school the next day when I was dropping my child off, and I talked to the people in the office. They got with the primary school and the resource officer, and they tried to see if tried to get the video footage of her trying to bump me, but they said that and you can call them and ask them too. They said that the camera wasn't working from the storm, so they didn't have that footage or whatever, but they do know everything that's going on. And Halloween, she do have a store, I guess, over there, like what credit, famous credit or something like that. But I know that because I was going to Zumba, right?
You're going to where?
I go to Zumba right beside it, but I have not been over there. I have not been to Zumba ever since I've been pregnant. And for October Halloween, I went to Famous Credit to go trick or treating, and I went to Zumba because they told us that they was going to be having candy. The lady in there, she was like, "You can go to the girl next door." I'm like, "No, we're good, we fine." And I was walking back to my car, and her mama was like, "Girl, bring them kids over here and get some candy." And I was like, "We're fine." And she was like, they ain't coming over here. They ain't coming over here. And we got in the car and left. That was, if she talking about me going to her store, I never been in her store. I don't even know how it looks.
Her daughter was right there at the doorstep. My mom, I was in the back. My mom was to the door passing out. Her daughter was on my doorstep.
Okay.
Mind you, there's feet apart.
And you handing out candy? You were handing out candy?
Yes. Sir.
And you didn't expect her to come to get candy?
Yes, and my mom told her to come.
Well, just now you were complaining about she was at your store. Did she come in the store?
No, her daughter came in my door. My daughter.
So how is that a problem?
There was no problem.
But why did you mention? So why did you mention it?
Because the fact that she know my store.
So yeah. So why did you mention it if that's not a problem?
No, it's not a problem. But she's saying I'm following her to come to my store.
Well, no, she didn't go to your store. She went to the Zumba next door to the Famous Credit. Y'all were giving away candy, and her daughter went there. Now, that's just, come on. That's being.
Yelled at her daughter and told her.
Which I would have done the same thing. That's being, hold on. That's being petty. Petty. Childish.
I did not tell her. I said, here, my mom said, here, come get candy, and I came behind my mom.
Whatever. Now, how are we gonna keep y'all apart when y'all both got to be at the school?
I'm leaving. I'm moving. I'm taking my kids away. She work at the school too, and she actually be around my kids. It's in the TPO that she's not supposed to be around my kids either. Right. I don't want her to not lose her job, so we're gonna be moving. We're gonna be.
When are you gonna be moving?
The end of this month.
Okay, well, that's pretty close. 5 days away. So that's pretty good.
The end of December, I mean.
Oh, okay.
The end of December.
So what are we gonna do between now and December if y'all both in the same place?
She doesn't work there, sir. She doesn't.
I'm stay-at-home mom.
Okay, you're no longer working at school. All you gotta do is take your kids to school, leave them
Yes.
there and go home.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
Now, you stay away from her, don't go anywhere she is. If you, I'm literally now, you see her at the store, I don't care if it is 3 doors down from your house, you don't go there. Okay?
And now it gets better.
Now, what time do you go to school in the morning?
7:30.
7:30. What time?
I was already tickled pink with what I had so far. And now it gets better.
Your kids have to be there.
Well, the school opened up at 7:30.
Okay. What time do your kids have to be there? At 7:30, or you leave them at a 7:45?
They can be,
He's already there.
Oh no,
they can be there. I can take them at any time between
I passed it.
7:30 and
You already saw it.
8:45.
Okay. Well, you take yours at 8 after she's already there, and then you won't have to walk the hall and see her. You just leave your kids there and go on back to business.
Right.
All right. I'll enter the order in both cases. You stay away from her now. You stay away from her. All right. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
I was reading text and I passed it when he was calling her petty. Oh, Micah, sit back. I'm not giving you 4 minutes and 33 seconds. No, sit back, relax. We have a long time to go yet. We're not done with those two. What is an iron dough? Nope. Type it now, I'll read it.
Why did they leave? I meant
Yes,
them to
they
stay and
left.
get their copies of their orders, but I forgot to tell them. No, go tell them to wait till they get a copy of the order. Please.
A donut. I ate all the donuts. Yay. Thank you, Snoopy. Did they leave? I was supposed to give them a copy of their order and I forgot to tell them. Bonjour. Charlotte's here. Everything's fine.
Why can't everybody just get along?
I know, Judge. I know. Why? Why can't everybody just get along?
All right, Teresa Myers versus Kimberly Schrader and David Schrader. Teresa Myers here. Yeah.
We all hate autocorrect. All of us. Thank you, Snoopy.
Ms. Myers, the Schraders were served with these papers back on the 14th day, I know at least Ms. Kimberly was. I don't know when he was served. Hold on. He was served also the same day on the 14th. Has there been any violation of the order since they were served?
No, sir.
Right. Are you asking that this be made into a 12-month order?
Yes, sir.
Any reason why y'all can't stay away from her? No? Then I will sign a 12-month order for y'all to stay away from her. Don't go anywhere she is. Don't go anywhere near her. Have contact. Don't call her. Don't make any contact with her. I understand all this involves some sort of commercial allegations of one thing or another back and forth with regard to land
Kelly,
clearing removal.
Thank
That's a
you.
legal issue. If you want to go to court over the legal issue, you file a court action. You can file an action through court. You can file an action through court, but no personal contact other than if you file a court action and they come to court, you can both go to court, of course. But other than that, no contact at all either way. You understand that?
Yes, sir. How do we get paid for our life?
What did I just say? Thank you, Mr. Trader. Thank you. I got an answer right there. He heard me and understood what I was saying. I'm refreshed. I appreciate that. You go to court.
Any more notification.
And how much did you pay for that bill of legal advice? Huh?
Actually, clerk's office.
Well, the clerk is not a lawyer, okay?
Yes, sir.
The clerk can't give you legal advice.
I, can I ask you a question?
Yes, ma'am.
She's texted my husband this morning.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Thank you, Hope.
You did
Thank
not.
you.
Sir.
Well, if she texted your husband, then file a complaint. That doesn't mean that she did send it, but there's a way to figure that out. Anyway, you don't make any contact with them at all. Leave them alone as well.
Absolutely.
If you want to file an action to collect whatever you claim she owes you, you can file an action in court and y'all can fight that out. But that's how you do it, is through court,
Yes, sir.
not through personal contact.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But you have to pay her.
All right, now I have a on the copy of this and get it to you.
Thank you, Judge Reed.
Hell yeah, I would. Yes.
All right. Where's Mr. Palmer and Mr. Clifton and Ms. Carr and all those people? They say they've got court cases they want to hear, but they're not here. We through? Are we done? Can we go home now?
Look, it's the stuff that happens outside of the cases that's so interesting about this clip. What happens in between cases and during cases. But unfortunately, he has to stop talking to everybody because he has to take a plea deal real quick. But don't worry, it'll be real quick. And then we can get back to the judge being the judge.
That lady can get a good recording.
Oh, really?
I don't know. So a lawyer and his paralegal came into the bar the other day. I told you this. And I spoke over the attorney to the paralegal about something about law, and he couldn't keep his mouth shut. So I never asked him a direct question. I barely even spoke to him at all. I just spoke to his paralegal. Yay, David. I am gonna bump it forward through the sidebar. David's a Viber now, guys, a Viber.
Come on, I'm not.
I mean, he obviously knew I wasn't talking about my own case, that I needed legal advice on. I was really just talking about law in general.
It's been like that 40 years, Judge.
What is your case?
Judge.
Why, please?
Judge, it is Love Support Counseling versus Donna Tanner.
Donna Tanner, is Donna Tanner here? Come on up. And what do we got today?
Judge, it's an ex parte order. We're just trying to get my client's income tax file. She was an accountant. We're just trying to get my client's file. IRS is all over her about filing her tax return.
All right, you, Ms. Tanner,
Yes.
do you have her financial information that she furnished you, hoping that you were gonna file her tax returns for her? Or prepare them for her?
No, it's not, it doesn't have anything to do with tax return.
Okay, y'all need to be quiet, please.
It was other.
Hey, citizens.
Well, okay, do you have her financial records that she's trying to get back?
I can get them.
Where are they?
Well, they're on my computer, but my computer is down right now. So just, my hard drive crashed, so I'm trying to, they're working on it to get it. So
How did it get onto your computer?
how did it get on?
Yeah, there had to be some documents or, how did it get there?
From information that her office sent to me.
She sent it to you digitally?
Well, there are some things that she already has in the past from emails that I sent to her. But there are some that are emails that I can send to her. And then the other stuff, I've got to wait on my computer to get fixed.
I guess I'm curious, I guess, as to if she supplied the information to Ms. Tanner, why doesn't she still have it?
Judge, may I have it?
Yes, sure.
Right hand, please, ma'am. Do you still solemnly swear that everything is true, the whole truth, and nothing but the
Hi,
truth? so help you God?
Lacey.
Correct.
Take your name. What's your name?
Stephanie Ivy.
Okay, Ms. Ivy, can you tell the court exactly what you hired her to do for you?
She, Miss Donna Tanner, does did my bookkeeping. She was my payroll, person. And the information that she is stating that we provided her time sheet, but she had the QuickBooks on her computer. She had the QuickBooks, so it was just time sheet that we submitted her. And she had all of the information. She submitted everything to IRS, everything to the Department of Labor. She was responsible for that. That's why she had the information.
Okay. And you
That's
sent her that information digitally, or did you send it by paper or? Paper.
Michigan.
Paper.
All right, so where's the paper?
We have the time sheet, but she has a record of everything that is to be submitted to
Payroll reports.
the payroll.
Okay. All she wants is for you to
We are in Washington County, Georgia.
take those payroll reports and I guess send them to the IRS is what you wanted to do, or send them back to you, or what is you're asking for, Linda?
Let me ask this, ma'am. What problems do you have? Was it from IRS or Department of Labor?
Both.
Okay,
Both.
and what are you needing that you don't have from her that they're asking for?
I'm asking for 941, 940s, W3, everything that's on the list that she would.
It's okay. It only happens once. It's almost done. Relax.
That she, the order that was, that was sent to her. I need all of that information because I'm getting reports from IRS that it wasn't.
Sure, yeah, I
From the
understand.
Department of Labor that it wasn't.
When can you have all of that to her?
As soon as I can get my computer back.
Well, when's that gonna be? Are you taking it to somebody to get it
Yes.
looked at? What do they tell you when you have it?
We'll probably have
Same.
about a week or two before I don't.
You don't have it backed up anywhere on the cloud?
Since
No.
December, the beginning. I've been trying to get that
Unfortunately, no.
from the beginning of the year.
No.
Judge, the problem we have is, she's been trying to get this since January of this year, trying to get this stuff.
Ooh,
She's been trying to get this from, the defendant since January of this year, trying to get this information.
for 11 months?
Yes, sir.
Ooh.
I'm not aware of her trying to get it that long, no.
Well, how long's it been?
I mean, I quit doing her stuff in January, but I mean, she hasn't asked
I drove the whole way to be here.
for this. I haven't gotten anything for a request for it.
Well,
But in the past, I mean, there's numerous things, like every year she would ask for like 1099s, W-2s, all that stuff. I sent that to her every year. The quarterly payroll reports, there's a lot of that she's already had at one time. She had an audit with the Department of Labor. All of that, she's already had that. But I mean, I can send it to her again. It's not an issue to send it to her again. And some of it I can go ahead and send it by email.
all right. Well,
And then what I can't send by email, as soon as I can get my computer back, I can send it. by email too.
Okay,
Thank you, Snoopy.
We had-
He does.
he was supposed to submit the information.
I never thought of that. He sounds like Foghorn Leghorn, guys.
And, I had to get someone else because
Okay.
it was,
What would have to, what we need?
I'm just saying, but that is
Okay.
included. She was saying that it has crashed or whatever.
Smurf, don't bring logic into
These are
this.
things you need.
Don't belong
All right,
here.
just prepare an order listing what she wants, what she needs, give her 15 days to get it delivered to her by whatever mechanism, whether it's by email or by hard drive, by thumb drive, or whatever mechanism she wants to use.
Judge, we'll do that. And, the temporary order, ex parte order judge gave, those are the things that we need, but we'll get another order today, give you 15 days to turn it over.
That's fine.
All right,
He has a list of those.
very well. All right, thank you very much.
You see, Judge?
Yes, sir, good to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You winding down the civil practice, you got a month.
Fast as I possibly can, Judge.
Yeah, you may be excused. You got her mailing address, right? Yeah, okay.
I told you. He was driving a truck. I'm sorry. Not a Ford F-150. It was a truck that tows trucks. That's how big it was. It was a flatbed that tows trucks on it. It was big. That takes a lot of he's probably still at the side of the road sleeping. You know how once you get into those truck stops, you never get out.
Okay, all right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Oh, a flatbed. It was a flatbed.
All right. Okay, what do we got next?
This is a plea judge with Mr. DeAndre Howard.
All right, somebody got paperwork on this?
But it wasn't like one of the small flatbed beds that you put a car on. It was a truck, a Mack truck flatbed that you put a truck on. Amazing. Yes.
Yes, I'm sorry you did.
He really does.
Yeah, well, I heard you,
Brisket.
yeah.
There's a brisket flatbread. Citizen. Thank you so much, Citizen. We love you. We love you here.
All right, are you DeAndre Howard?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Howard, they tell me you're here today with the intention of entering a plea of guilty to certain charges against you. Before I can decide whether or not to accept your plea, I must first determine whether you're doing this knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily. That is, do you know and understand what you're doing? So I'm going to be asking you a number of questions. If I ask you a question and you answer the question, I'm going to assume that you understood the question. So if you do not understand my question, please stop me and tell me, okay?
Fucking non.
Please raise your right hand to use for the testimony you're about to give in the case now and hearing be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes,
Put your hand down now. Tell me, how old are you?
27.
How far did you get in school?
I
That was
graduated.
still
Pull up a little closer to that microphone, if you will, and sit up a little bit straighter.
Thank
There
you.
you go. How far did you get in school?
I graduated.
Are you able to read, write, and understand the English language?
Yes, sir.
There's a sworn statement here that has a number of rights listed on it, and there are a number of answers on the left-hand side indicating that you understood those rights. Were you able to read and understand those rights, or have someone explain them to you so that you could understand them?
Yes. He just told you he went to school. We all went to school.
Yes,
And did you provide the answers out there on the left-hand side indicating that you understood those rights?
yes.
Was there anything on there you did not understand?
No, sir.
And is that your signature on that form swearing before the clerk that you understood those rights?
Yes,
Have you ever been diagnosed or treated for any mental illness?
no, sir.
Are you now under the influence of any alcohol, drugs, narcotics, or other medications that would affect your ability to know and understand what's going on here today?
No, sir.
Now, I've been told there's been certain negotiations between you and your lawyer, the district attorney's office. You expect the district attorney to make a recommendation in your case. Do you understand I do not have to accept that recommendation, but if I do not accept it, I'll give you a chance to withdraw your plea?
Yes,
Other than them agreeing to make a recommendation in your case, has anybody promised you anything to get you to plead guilty?
I'm pretty sure there's a K in school.
Anybody threatened you in any way or used any force or any violence against you to get you to plead guilty?
no, sir.
Okay, this is Now, you understand you're charged here with possession of marijuana with the intent to distribute.
Yes,
You understand that if you were to be convicted of that offense, you could be sentenced to from 1 to 10 years in the penitentiary.
yes.
Do you have any questions you would like to ask me about the charges against you or the maximum punishment you could receive?
No, sir.
You are advised that if you're not a citizen of the United States, a plea of guilty will have an impact on your immigration status. Do you understand?
Yes,
Do you understand, do you understand that you have the right to plead not guilty and demand a jury trial, in which case the state would be required to prove your guilt of each element of the charges against you beyond a reasonable doubt?
Thank you, Snoopy.
If you plead not guilty, the Constitution guarantees you at trial, among other possible rights, the following: the right to a speedy and public trial by jury, the presumption of innocence, the right to confront and question the witnesses against you, the right to subpoena witnesses and evidence in your favor, and a right to present those witnesses, that evidence during the trial. You'd have the assistance of a lawyer during the trial. You'd have a right to testify if you wanted to, but you would also have the right against self-incrimination. That is, no one could make you testify. And if you chose to not testify, that fact could not be held against you or be used against you in any way. You would testify or not, and you personally would make that decision. Now, do you understand that by pleading not guilty or remaining silent and not entering a plea at all, you would obtain a jury trial with all of those rights?
yes,
Do you understand that if you plead guilty, as you're doing right now, you give up all of those rights?
yes.
Tell me the facts and circumstances surrounding the charges, please, sir, and the recommendation of the district attorney's office.
Yes, Judge. On June 21st, 2022, officers responded to a residence on 7th Street due to a loud music call to 911. When they arrived, they did not
I can count
hear
to
any loud
19,
music, but
thanks
there
to
was a strong
Nam.
odor of marijuana, and there were 6 people sitting on the porch of this residence, the defendant being one of them. Officers made contact and began speaking with them about the violation and the strong smell of marijuana. The resident of the home, who's not the defendant, gave officers permission to search inside the home and on the porch. On the porch where everybody was at was a backpack that nobody claimed to. Officers opened it up and there was a large amount of marijuana, approximately 1,040 grams, packaged in a way with scales and other paraphernalia that indicated some type of distributing. At the time of arrest, none of the 6 at the residence claimed
That
the
was
backpack.
Lafayette.
All were arrested. On June 22nd, the next day, all custodial interviews were given
But he washes them for you.
by all 6 that were arrested. 5 of the 6 on the porch denied knowing anything about the marijuana or the backpack. Mr. Howard, in his custodial interview, claimed that the marijuana was his. It's worth noting, Judge, just to clarify this, speaking with law enforcement and knowing some facts about the case and the interview, the state strongly suspects that Mr. Howard is covering for somebody else that was on the porch. This is his only felony arrest, which is part of the recommendation. But the interview, he was the only one that claimed that the marijuana was his. That's why we are pursuing the charge against Mr. Howard on this. Additionally, Mr. Howard, prior to the arrest, appeared in a YouTube video, some type of like homemade music video that had suspected gang paraphernalia as part of it, which would explain one of the special conditions of probation as well. Just was going to put that on the record. The recommendation from the state is a $2,000 fine, 5 years probation with credit for the time that he served at the county jail.
Been how long?
Couple of weeks, I think.
Okay, so he was,
He had a bench.
He got picked up on a bench warrant for missing a arraignment in this case.
9/12/2024 till today's date.
So about 2.5. He should be eligible for a 3-year bid date, so that explains the 36-month bid on the plea sheet, and also dismissing the bench warrant upon the completion of this plea. Special conditions of probation: 2, 10, 11, 15, 18, 25, 29, 32, and 34 either obtain gainful employment or be enrolled in credit school course. And this happened in Swainsboro and Manuel County.
all right, Mr. Howard, you heard the
Okay, Snoopy, just for you. Just for you. I'll give you my feet. There you go. That's my feet.
Recommendation, is that the recommendation you expected him to make and the one to which you have agreed?
Excuse me, I didn't understand what you said.
Sir?
I didn't understand what you said.
Okay. He's made a recommendation of a sentence in this case. My question is that what you have agreed to? And is that what you expected him to say? And is that what you have agreed to?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, part of that recommendation is you'll give up your Fourth Amendment waiver against search and seizure while you're under this sentence. And you have to agree that a special condition of probation, you shall submit to a search of your person or property any time of the day or night, with or without your consent, and with or without a search warrant, whenever you are requested to do so by your probation officer or any law enforcement officer. Anything that's found in that search, it may then be taken and used against you in any further court proceedings. Now, do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And do you agree to that?
Yes, sir.
Make sure you understand this. They suspect, and I don't know if this is true or not, don't need to know at this point, they suspect that you are technically covering up for somebody else. Maybe that's a part of your gang affiliation. Maybe you're covering up for somebody who's got multiple convictions. You're trying to keep your fellow gang member or fellow friend or whatever from going to prison. You're going to be on probation. You're going to be drug tested. You fail those drug tests, you're going to either go to treatment or you're going to go to prison. Is it worth it? Okay, I'm just putting that out there. You got just a couple of seconds to decide if it's worth it, because if that's what happens and you keep using marijuana, keep using drugs, or you get caught with it again, or you test positive, then you're looking at going into some sort of a confinement, either RSAT or prison. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Citizen, from where I live in Pennsylvania, I can get to Maryland in 15 minutes, but probably not anywhere where you are.
Do you now freely and voluntarily admit your guilt to the charges against you, admit the facts as stated by the prosecuting attorney, including his description of your conduct that forms the basis of these charges, and do you enter your plea of guilty to these charges against you?
Yes.
You're here today with your attorney, Mr. Clifton. Are you satisfied with the services that he has rendered to you in this case?
Oh, yes.
Sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
No, sir.
Mr. Clifton, you heard the recommendation. Is that the one to which you and your client have agreed?
Yes, Your Honor, it is under 1613 too.
I understand that. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
It's legal in Maryland.
All right, Mr. Howard, the court found that you understand the nature of the charges against you and the consequences of your guilty plea. That there is a factual basis for the guilty plea, and that you decided knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily to plead guilty. The court will therefore accept your guilty plea and the recommendation. You'll be sentenced to a 5 years period. I'll allow you to serve it on probation, subject to whatever it is, 75 days in the county jail, and give you credit for the time you've already served in the county jail against that 75 days. It'll be a $2,000 fine. The bench warrant, of course, will be dismissed, and that will be the judgment and the sentence of the court unless you'd like to withdraw your plea. Would you like to withdraw your plea?
No, sir.
All right, now, have you got a job you can go to when you get out?
Not at the moment.
Sir?
Not at the moment.
Okay, you got a $2,000 fine you're gonna have to pay. You're gonna have to get a job pretty quick. You're gonna have to hit the ground running. I want him brought back in 90 days. Give me a comeback order for 90 days, Miss Rosie, or somebody, give me a comeback order for 90 days. I want to find out in 90 days whether he's tested clean or if he's using any drugs at all. And I want to find out if he's making payments on his fines and fees. You get a date from my secretary and give you a date 90 days from now as to when he's required to come back. What is it, 27th?
Yes, sir.
All right, that'll be the judgment and the sentence of the court unless you'd like to withdraw your plea. Would you like to withdraw your plea? See, that will be the judgment and the sentence of the court unless you'd like to withdraw your plea. Would you like to withdraw your plea?
No, sir.
All right, very well. Thank you.
Judge Reeves,
Yes, sir.
I've got the order of the court clerk for you on the possible matter for your signature when you're ready.
All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, now we're done with that boring court stuff.
Don't mind.
Now it's in between court stuff.
Oh, you go to the part before I sign? I tell you what, you got a bad deal. And somebody else will take your place. Yeah. We'll give it back to you. No.
He loves his girls.
All right. Thank you, sir. You have a good day.
Thank you. Your Honor, concludes my business.
You may be excused.
Sir.
What was the one, Jeff, that you had a preliminary hearing on, but we did a bond instead?
Waters.
Waters, Eddie Gordon Waters? Okay, all right. I got it marked off my list. Thank you. All right. Where's Mr. Palmer? There's Mr. Palmer. Looks like we got Nicole, Grady Evans, Nicole Shaw, Joseph Sherrod left.
Which I believe Grady Evans is going to need a evidentiary here, although I think the public defender's office will bring him out just to make sure that's what Mr. Evans actually wants.
All right.
I went to speak to
And this,
Evans.
the allegation, I didn't see any witnesses today because the allegation he left in Allen County rehab. So I was going to give, this as a first appearance.
Gotcha.
Yes, Your Honor. Yeah, should be.
Oh, give me that file back to dismiss the bench warrant on,
He went to the Braswell house and Braswell house said he got kicked out. I mean, I didn't bring anybody from Braswell house in his first appearance, but he's denying that. So sounds like it's great. Right. Just like what else is there to do? Like, you know, like, I don't necessarily want to send Oh, yeah.
His heels aren't that high.
No.
I mean, that he inpatient out of numbers was convicted to say petition. I'm sorry, my mistake. Mr. Evans was convicted here of theft by shoplifting.
Hi, my Fozzie Fitz. I love that.
Criminal trespassing back in September the 18th of 2019. He's had a number of waivers to the DRC, to Crossroads, back to jail, another revocation back to jail, and also one to an inpatient rehab facility back in August of 2024. They now allege that he has violated the terms of that order, claiming that he was ordered to serve 9 months in the rehab program, but he left the Braswell house without permission. Is this going to be, does he admit the violation or does he deny the violation?
That's going to be that he denies the violation, Judge. I think we're going to have a hearing on this to get all the facts on the record and then decide what needs to happen with Mr. Evans.
All right. Okay, Mr. Evans, we'll schedule this for a hearing and you'll get your witnesses lined up. We'll have a hearing on the revocation at some later time. Thank you.
Can we go ahead and just go do a comeback order listed as a probation, revocation, evidentiary hearing? I'll go ahead and put it on now.
Sure.
Yes.
Whatever date in January you want to set it.
I figured we could do it on the 11th.
That's fine. December, yeah.
I just got news. I'm handling a trial in Toome. I don't know how long it's going to take. I've got State v. Lopez over there now, according to Ms. Payne. I know we're picking the juries, I believe, on the 9th. And at this point, I haven't looked at the file well enough to tell you when, Judge. It may be your case. I know nothing about this case at this point, Judge.
Yeah, we are picking juries on the 9th. You're right.
Yes, sir.
One of which we may pick on y'all file a speedy trial demand on one over there. So I said, let's put it down for the 9th.
We could do it on the 23rd. That's the next court date I believe.
Yeah, 23rd has been canceled
Yeah, we moved that one.
due to lack of interest.
Is that what it was, Judge?
Well, it may have been my schedule too. So we're looking at January.
We're not having court on the 23rd because I'm not interested. I dare you.
The 8th.
If that's what we have to do, Judge.
Yeah, January the 8th. All right? Because I may be in trial in Washington County, but that is the next day. We'll put it down for then to see what happens.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
I got a trial from him yesterday, the day before yesterday and yesterday. And I don't know if I can play it. It's really sad. It's not good. I don't know. Maybe I'll put it in the members only area. I just don't know.
Go.
I was so excited to see Judge Reese in trial. And then that
All right, we got a bond forfeiture on Leanne Shaw. That just
No, Judge, she has not been picked up on her bench warrant. So
Leanne Shaw. Leanne Shaw come into quarter. Okay, just prepare the order and I'll sign it.
it should be as part of our initial filings, the initiating the bond forfeiture on that back page.
All right.
Yeah, but it's the content. Oh, speaking of long trials, I just finished the Kelly trial and it's over. Took me a couple months to get it up there, guys. We started in August, I think. And it's finally up there and done. So if you want to see a trial, you want to see the Kelly trial, watch the first video and the last video. Don't worry about any of the in-betweens. Now she tells us.
Did he sign to come back for you?
Mr. Evans, wait a second, sorry.
Yes, it's finished. The prosecutor decided, I don't know if I should say here, not to go forward anymore.
Right here. Oops, sorry about that. I'll get it to the clerk.
I'll make you sign it first.
So you are educated.
I'm teachable. I'm trainable sometimes.
All right, what do we got with Joseph Adam Sherrod or Sherrod?
That is, you won the prelim. He still won the prelim, Cole?
Golden.
Yes, sir, Judge. That's gonna be, we're just gonna come out and talk about the bond. We're not gonna do a prelim. Judge.
That's fine.
Okay.
Withdraw the prelim, just talk.
Withdraw the bond, talk about the bond. I believe he's got that same victim as Mr. Waters, so I know we'll probably be close to that, but we'll talk about it.
I didn't understand any of that.
I think they're withdrawing the prelim request.
Right.
I think that they're just, I think that it's appropriate for a bond. I think they're just arguing about that.
Yes, that's where we're at.
But he's charged with child molestation. How long has he been in custody?
I don't have the exact number right now.
Are he and Waters involved in the same act?
Since November 1st.
Are he and Waters involved in the same activity?
The same thing. It's gonna take me some time to parse through some of this. I'm not gonna have it presented to a grand jury within 90 days, which is why I'm agreeing to a bond. We're starting.
I mean, what do we do on Waters, on Sherrod, Waters,
Through their prelim, I agree with the bond.
I know, but what was the amount of the bond?
25,000 cash, 50,000 property, no contact.
Is that the same thing you want to do here?
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
And that's just where we're at, Judge. You know, we just gotta make the argument about that.
Argument about what?
It's just a little too high for me, Judge.
25, 50 for child molestation? Make your argument.
I understand. We'll
Make your argument.
back for a reduction if we need.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mr. Palmer, here's your copy of the petition on Evans. You might want that for your file. All right. Check what's going on back there in the far right corner.
If
Here
he
we
wants
go.
PDC, sure.
That's what now?
Oh, wait.
Something's going on in the far right corner. So I'm going to bump it back because you might have missed it.
Check what's going on back there in the far right corner.
If he wants PDC, sure.
That's what now?
Oh, wait.
Let me handle this right now.
Okay, that's his family?
Oh, Stewart.
Okay. All right, who are the folks back over there? That the victim's family? What are y'all here for? She'll say again? What is she saying?
He wants your guidance.
Guidance? About what? Hold on just a minute.
Come up here.
Come on up. I can't hear you from where you are.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Stacy, the mother of Georgia May.
She wants to take my daughter in.
Well,
I'm
That's
sorry.
my brother right there.
I can't give you, y'all are talking about the girl that was here earlier?
That's not what I was gonna ask you, Your Honor. Sorry. I was gonna ask you, how do I petition for her?
I cannot give you legal advice.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Where do I go to get it?
He can't give you legal advice either. Or he's not supposed to. The clerk does that. For free.
That's an option, Judge?
All right.
You want to handle?
Thank you.
For me then?
We're not done with them. Don't
Judge,
worry.
Yes, you heard what it is, and just to make sure where we're at. We know Mr. Waters is 2550, same victim, different set of circumstances. Speaking to my client, he can't make that. We'd ask for something reasonable. He's been here in the community as long time. If we'd ask for something lower, he'd be able to get working, kind of, and be able to help me with his defense. We're still figuring a lot of facts out about this. We're not gonna have the prelim today because how early in the process this is. We'd ask for that, Judge, understand your positioning, and, we can always come back,
Sure.
make sure that was out there.
I think 2550 is a reasonable bond. Actually, it's pretty low for a child molestation case. So that'll be a 2550.
Yes, Judge. Thank you, sir.
No contact with the listed victim.
Oh, absolutely, yes. No contact of any kind with the alleged victim. And I'm assuming the alleged victim was the same young lady that was here earlier.
Yes, Judge.
And then obviously this woman who's hugging the defendant should not be the one who decides where that child goes. To the extent you have anything to do with that, but you don't, I realize.
I don't. I know the child's already in custody, which was the male that was here earlier as well. So, but whatever's handling that, we don't get involved with the restraining orders.
Right, but all I'm saying is that, Madam Clerk, to the extent that comes back into the court, it's coming to me, right? If this woman who is over here hugging the defendant wants to determine where that child goes, she's trying to give that child to this other woman who's back here. I don't know who those people are. Looks like he might be related to this guy, to the other guy.
There's a whole mess with this, Judge. I don't think he has anything to do with anything with her, is my understanding of the situation. Yes, that's it. And so I don't think.
Hi, Greg. Yay, Tammy.
Like where she's going at this point, right?
Well, that's what she's trying to do. That's what she just told me.
Okay.
She's the mother of the victim, and she said, I want to give this child to this other woman who's asking for legal advice.
Okay.
I don't think she ought to be the one to choose where the child goes.
Yes, sir.
Elvis is here. Hi, Elvis. You're up early.
And that's where she wants to stay. Yeah.
It's a mess, Judge. It's a mess.
Well, all right, Mr. Palmer,
Judge,
are we through? Are we done?
I believe that's everything.
Well, don't believe. Look at your file, look at your record. We'll talk to her. She can tell you. She wasn't listening to you.
That should be everything. Judge.
Okay.
We handled Leanne Shaw.
Hey, I just don't want to tell her to wrap it up and y'all say, oh, we got one more thing to do.
I've got 4 people asking me stuff about 4 different cases.
I understand,
And now 5.
which is why I interrupted all of them so I can get your undivided
Who's
attention.
trying to talk to me?
Yeah.
So we handled Leanne Shaw with the bond forfeiture. We handled Grady Evans. That's scheduled for January evidentiary.
All right.
We continued Osborne to get
All right.
pre-indictment discovery.
We pled Howard.
DeAndre Howard was the plea.
We did the bond on Sherrod.
Yeah, in both prelims, Sheridan Waters, the prelims were withdrawn and bonds were set.
All right, so that's it.
I think that's it.
Record time, even with ineffective assistance.
Yeah, it was January 8th, I think.
And it's over. So I could have just picked out a little bit, but every time I tried to cut a piece out, I was like, oh no, I can't. That's really good. Oh no, I can't. So I gave you the entire thing today. That's everything I got from him today. I still have some from him from other days. And I got that trial he did yesterday and the day before. But I also got way more from the other bow tie judge, Eric. All right. Oh, I got a good, I don't normally play these. I got a good police chase video too. I'll play tomorrow. I love this police chase video. This guy's a very good driver. I was so confused when I was trying to get this out. When I was trying to get Judge Fleischer's set up for today, because that looks like a Friday outfit. And that is not it's not Friday. And I was looking at his outfit, I'm like, oh crap, I got the wrong day. What did he wear today? I do not remember what he wears today. This is him. Put the bad trial. It's triggering for some people. I'll put it on. I watched it. You can watch it. I don't know because I tried to make it through, but I fell asleep almost before 30 minutes have passed. Doesn't it confuse the heck out of me? Linus, how many people were there today? Were you there today? Was anybody there today? Yes. He wears the blue suit that I love the most. The most. I'm going to say we hit 1,800 today. And if anybody knows any different, they can tell me. Usually if I say the wrong answer on my stream, we're going to get all kinds of comments with the right answer. So there was 1,876 people today. Boom. It's like magic, guys. Give me any question in the world you want to know. I will answer it, and then we will get the correct answer. Oh, is that right there? Oh, that's Will. That's so good today. What happened with the camera? Come on, save us. Oh my God.
Good morning, sir. You're Trevor Flores. Yes, sir. Mr. Flores, you're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
Officers initiated a traffic stop after observing the defendant crossed several lanes while failing to signal and almost causing a collision. Upon contact, the officers observed an odor of marijuana. The officers asked the defendant to step out of the vehicle and asked whether the defendant had marijuana inside. The defendant admitted he did have marijuana inside, as well as a firearm. During the search of the vehicle, the officers found a handgun in plain view on the driver's side floorboard, not in holster, The officers also located 13 grams of marijuana under the passenger seat.
Got it. All right, Mr. Flores, I'm gonna find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Do you have a valid Texas?
We actually do not have to imagine that. That's not something that we have to imagine, is it, Linus? Fozzie, man, Maiko. Sorry. Traumatized.
Driver license? Do you not?
I have a SR 22 in place. My license was suspended.
Okay, you're not allowed to drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If I find that you drive, I will have a contempt hearing. It's possible you face another 6 months in jail. I'm going to have you sign an affidavit with me today, promising you that you're not going to drive. Do you have liability insurance in your name? Car insurance?
Yes, sir.
I don't want you driving until you have a Texas driver license. You need to call DPS, figure out what to do to get your license. I'm going to give you the phone number now, but it's time for you to get your license back. And when you show me that you have your license and that you have car insurance, I will happily allow you to drive. But until that point, do not drive.
Be nice.
Am I not allowed with the SR 22?
No, I don't know what's going on with your license. I don't know if you've ever had a license. What's going on, Alex? Can you run it, please?
On the license?
Please.
Yes, Your Honor.
I do that
I mean,
every
I can't give you legal
day.
advice, okay? But as it stands, until you have a Texas driver license and liability insurance, don't drive. I'm also ordering you as a condition of your bond not to be in possession of any weapons as well. Do you understand? This is a condition of your bond. If I find that you have a weapon, I'm going to revoke your bond. I'm going to put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, sir.
How old are you?
26.
You do for a living?
High school football coach.
And I see it is not eligible, and it says it's a mandatory suspension due to driving with license invalid, as well as an SR suspension.
Okay, so you even have an SR suspension. You can't drive at all. So this is now a bond condition. If I find that you drive, I'm telling you, HE double hockey sticks to pay. You understand?
So I'm not allowed to retrieve my weapon back?
I'm ordering you now, while this case is open, not to have any weapons.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Here, Stephen, do you mind giving this to me, please? This is the number to the driver's license division to DPS. You need to call them in the morning to figure out what you need to do to get your license back. Don't call them at 9. Don't call them at 8. Don't call them at 1:02. You're never going to get through. You need to call right when the phone lines open, which is at 7 o'clock in the morning. You'll get through, give them your license number and ask them what you need to do to get your license back.
Okay.
Once you do, I'll tell you, I'll take this off, you know?
Yes, sir.
Did you want to apply for an appointed lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I need you to fill out an application for me. I'll take a look at it. And then assuming you qualify, I'll give you a lawyer today. I'm going to have you sign this agreement with me today that you're not going to drive. And I want you to understand, Mr. Flores, I take this so serious. Don't drive. If you drove here, you can't drive home.
No, I didn't drive here. My father did.
All right, so I'll have you come up here, swear to us. May I have you go to Jamay, sign a reset, and then we'll have you fill out the application, okay? All right.
Come on, this way for me. You're gonna actually sign right there. Mr.
That's not what happens at all. He gets them every day, lots of them, but that's not his pay grade. His pay grade is to handle the misdemeanor in front of him. ICE, federal law takes care of, people who commit federal crimes. So he warns them if they go to jail, then ICE is going to sweep the jail and is going to, oh, yeah, who knows? Nope. My crystal ball's broken on that one.
Gerardo on page 11, Esparza.
Guardado Esparza. Mr. D.
Yes. Yes, sir, Your Honor. It's my understanding, I've spoken with the probation officer that Mr. Guardado was supposed to have enrolled in a T to take a T-RAS. I don't know if you
He bonded out before it was completed.
Okay, so
Know where you want to go with this.
I'm gonna send him right now. Yeah, we're gonna send you now for a TRAS. I'm ordering you, Mr. Guardado, don't drive. If you don't have a Texas driver license and liability insurance, can you run his license, please? I'm also ordering you not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs, and I'm gonna put a monitor on your ankle so I know that you're not consuming. If I find that you're consuming, your bond, it's gonna go. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Do not consume alcohol from any source. I don't care what it is.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna have a monitor on your ankle so I know what you're doing at all times. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
We're gonna send you for a TRAS now to see how we go forward with the case, and then depending on what that says, that's what we'll do. If,
Very much, Your
all
Honor.
right, take a seat for me, don't leave.
Judge, he says he has a portable device. He wants to know, what do you want to do?
Felicia, he has a portable device and it's operational? Where is it? It's over there? Okay. As long as it's operational, I'm cool.
I believe he was under probation. No?
Yeah, but now he's on bond for this case, so I'll pay for it now.
You shouldn't have a portable from us.
Right.
But I can.
Can you, does he have it? He's got to have it with you, I guess. Is it operational? Okay. Is it operational now?
Yes.
Okay. All right, just hang tight. We'll send you for a TRAS here momentarily. Don't leave. You got to come back.
Yes, sir. Okay, thank you, Your Honor. All right, you ready for the next one? I'll bring Ms. Guidry on page 11 also. Ms. Guidry?
Judge, would you? I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Did you have conditions on him on this?
He's on bond for this case, so no driving, no drinking, random urinalysis, and just link up with the device so that we know if he has any violations, please.
Thank you.
You are Rebecca Ann Guidry. Good morning, Ms. Guidry. Ma'am, you're charged with theft by check. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Yes, Judge.
Okay.
The defendant issued a check to HEB on April 16, 2023 in the amount of $400.54 as payment for numerous items. The bank returned the check marked insufficient funds, and complainant provided a copy of the demand letter sent to the defendant, which was not responded to. The demand letter was sent via first-class mail with the affidavit of service attached.
Okay, she has a prior one as well. Is this one from HEB as well?
Let me see, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, I'm gonna find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Tell me, what do you do for a living?
I work as a substitute front desk clerk at a high school in the Texas.
Okay, can you afford a lawyer, ma'am? All right, I'll have you fill in applications. I'm sorry. Don't worry, ma'am, just stop, don't, please don't. I mean, I've got a bunch of DAs here and I don't want you to say something, okay? So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna give you an application. We'll have you fill it out. I just don't go back to the HEB, please, okay? That's all I'm gonna ask you now. I am making it a condition of your bond, okay? Not while the case is open, ma'am, okay? I'll provide you with a lawyer today so that you'll be able to speak about how to go forward, okay? All right, please, Steve.
Come on. All right. Guzman. Page 12, Your Honor.
Are you Omar de Jesus Guzman Lopez? Sir, you're charged with falsifying drug test results. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. Okay, all right.
On August 2nd, 2024, officers conducted a traffic stop in accordance to an illegal tinted front windshield and 18% window tint on the front windows measured by a tint meter. The driver was identified as the defendant, and when the defendant was advised the reason for the stop, he said,
I missed this part because I was pissing off the porch.
"I don't care, you give me a ticket for it." And the defendant admitted to smoking the marijuana the day before and gave verbal consent to the officer to search the vehicle. A clear plastic bottle containing a golden liquid was found in the driver's side door. The officer identified the liquid as synthetic urine. Another container of golden liquid was found in the center console. The defendant denied knowing what they were several times. The defendant stated that the synthetic urine was used for drug testing.
Are you showing him on probation or parole for anything?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Lopez, I see that you do have a lawyer at this time. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have you take a seat. Your case is getting up there, so I'm just going to have him take a seat until Ms. Turner comes, and then we'll figure out how to go forward. Okay?
Sorry, boss. I was late for work today, boss, because I was pissing off the porch.
Do not leave. All right? Okay, please.
You want to go ahead and please sign?
Judge, I couldn't make it to court today.
Is there an offer on this case?
I was pissing off the porch.
No, Your Honor. Oh, actually, there is a PTI offer.
There is? Okay,
Yes.
great.
This is Mr. Solnier, page 24, Your Honor. This is our last English speaker and then one Spanish speaker.
Guys, if I'm late for my stream tomorrow, you know what I'm doing.
Mr. Saulnier, is that right? Saulnier?
Saulnier.
Saulnier? So you're charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Oh, yeah, I didn't even see that. Thank you.
On November 25th, 2024, officer conducted a traffic stop for a defective driver's side tail lamp in Harris County, Texas. The officer made contact with the defendant, the driver, and sole occupant of the vehicle, and observed signs of nervousness, such as not making eye contact and soft speaking. The defendant stated there was nothing illegal inside the motor vehicle, such as marijuana, and denied consent to search the vehicle. While waiting for a canine unit, the defendant stated he had THCA in the motor vehicle, and that was why he was nervous to allow the search.
What do you think he was doing while he was waiting for that canine unit?
The canine arrived. The officer had the defendant exit the motor vehicle, and the canine conducted an air sniff around the motor vehicle. The canine alerted the motor vehicle, and a search was conducted. The officer located a glass jar in the center console with a green leafy substance known to be marijuana based on training experience. The officer also located several empty dime-sized clear bags with an 8-ball logo in the center console, as well as one dime-sized bag with a leafy substance in the driver's side door. The defendant stated he did not eat any substance, and the officer observed a green film on the defendant's tongue. The defendant stated the marijuana is THCA, which was not illegal, and that he bought the marijuana in clear bags, but the officer only observed one small piece of marijuana inside the bags. The weight of the marijuana found was 0.089 grams.
What was the stop for again?
For a defective driver's side tail lamp.
Okay. Mr. Saulnier, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. How old are you, sir?
If you're going to break the law, don't break the law. It's not hard.
23. 23. What do you do in life now?
I wash dishes and bus tables at a restaurant.
Okay. I don't want you using. I'm ordering you now not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using, I'm telling you now, it's not going to go well. You also are on probation for a very serious case, man. You know, you got to have a halo over your head when you're on felony probation. You know, really. You want to apply for an appointed lawyer, sir?
Some time to try to hire one.
Okay. I would get on it like tomorrow because you have another case that it's very possible they now file a felony warrant on you. So you got to be on the lookout. So I'll get on it quick. I'm going to have you sign a reset with Jamae. After that, well, I'll have you meet with Felicia for your bond conditions. And then, oh, do you have a Texas driver
Still
license?
warm.
Can you run his license, please? Do you have liability insurance in your name? Okay, as long as you have both, you can continue to drive. Otherwise, don't drive.
Eligible, Your Honor.
Eligible?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Good luck. Will. Hi.
Plea and Rochelle.
Okay.
Thanks, Bill.
Do you want to bring her up?
Yes.
Um, you know, your lawyer was extremely upset with you yesterday. And I'm going to tell you that when someone's has your life in their hands, it's probably not a good idea to have them upset, because your proverbial life is in their hands, right? And you,
Listen, I know he doesn't watch. I know he's never going to see my comments. I know this. You know this. But he might. We might just get Will to come and to come into our stream or something and watch or whatever if we all leave him a happy birthday comment in the comments. And no one's going to show it to Will if it's less than 100 happy birthdays. That's all I'm saying. Make it 100 happy birthdays to Will in this video, not here. Don't do it in chat. He ain't here. He can't see it in chat. And here we go. Happy birthday, Will. Happy birthday. Go to the comments of the video and say happy birthday to
are
Will.
facing up to 6 months in jail. So it could go very wrong very fast, I'm glad. So you guys are okay. I'm glad. Yeah, that makes me happy, but you can't do this. This is not a good way to go. And this is not so we're set for trial today in this case. Just didn't want to go through.
We discussed alternative resolutions, Judge. I don't think my client's financial situation, life predicament, is changing a month. That's consequences of their police today. And my client, I believe.
No PTI? Is she not calling? She's not eligible or?
Can't afford it.
We can waive everything. I mean, as much as I can.
PTI, they still, even if you waive the DA fee, I mean, there's $100 a month at least interlock fees they can't do anything about. All the probationary or all the meeting fees that can't be waived.
Ms. Rochelle, you need to understand that you're going to pay for this one way or the other. The problem is that when you end up with a conviction, it's over and it will go on your record. It'll be there for the rest of your life. It's even there after you die. The state is going to get the money somehow, whether it's through fees and fines and court costs. Your insurance is going to skyrocket now. Insurance now is freaking nuts as it is now. With a DWI conviction, what do you think is going to happen? It's the same thing. You have the opportunity now where they have this diversion program where if you are granted entry and you complete it, the case gets dismissed. And you don't have all those other consequences. But the problem is that you'll have to foot a little bit money now, but it's going to save you a ton in the long run. Never take a half-ass approach to something because you're going to get a half-ass result. Your case is old is just about as old as Jesus, but I'm willing to give you time.
Hold on a second. 1 second. Hold on. I'm going to post comments of what happened when Will came up. All right. Hold on. I'm getting there. All right. The camera was just changed. Okay. That was a male that said that. Female. Male that said that. Okay. But this was funny. Okay. It was funny. Male that said that. Male that said that. Male that said that. That was an answer. And I agree. Male that said that. I agree. I agree. We are not. You guys did that whole thing yourself. We did not do that. That was you. That was all you men in here.
If you want to explore the PTI route, but you got to get on it lickety split, like yesterday. If you want to, it's up to you, Will.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
he's
discussed it in the
smoking pot.
past. Is this something you want to reconsider? Do you want to get,
I know
Prob-
I don't have a car now, so
you would have to
Doesn't
get,
matter.
you'd have to get a portable device.
Get a portable device. You'd have to take the portable device. You have to promise that you're not going to drive. You sign an affidavit. All you would have to do is literally 2 classes, a little bit of community service, and just stay out of trouble. Don't drink, don't use, and it gets dismissed. The problem is it's a little bit of money, but you can have the fee waived. Is there anything else we can waive? What else can we do, Shatoria?
We can, go ahead,
No, I don't think there's anything else we can waive unless our programs are in the house.
I can waive the TRAS fee, right? So I can waive the TRAS fee, which is about $300. You can file a $300 waiver for the DA fee. You'll have to pay for the interlock, which is.
It's about $100 a month.
Right. And then the classes, but that's it.
Well,
I do think that would still be, because I asked about the fees earlier, I still think even with all of those things waived, it would still be over $1,000.
Well, over the course of the year, though, like it's not upfront.
Okay. Yeah,
Right?
that might be true, I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anything's upfront.
The program was for a year, but if you get everything done in the first 6 months, classes, community service, no problems with the portable device, they usually can dismiss after 6 months. If
Have
you're,
they, I thought
they stopped and they reinstated it.
Oh, they have. Oh, see that? If you kick ass, they'll take you off in 6 months. Really?
yeah.
Judge, I just need to see if that was ever.
Why? Say more words.
Oh, well,
Because I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it was. Her VAC was low and there was no wreck. She was driving on a rim.
And I was like trying to get away from where I was at. I was
just,
not in a safe
just, there's no need to talk. I mean, the only thing, do you qualify is really the only question.
Oh, there's a out of state conviction she had. She was in a bad relationship and took a conviction on actually a felony case in Arkansas. So they were requiring a mitigation package.
It would need to be approved by Nathan Beadle, Judge, because there is a prior criminal history.
Yay or nay? You tell me.
We can.
I'm willing to give you 2 weeks to get the mitigation packet done, but that's it.
I think we should try.
I don't want you to make a decision now. Go talk and let me know. And then if you still want to do this, I'm happy to do it, but half-ass. Mr. Trent, always a pleasure. How are you, man? Great to see you.
Run interference.
Happy Tuesday.
Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
My team won. So it was a good Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Judge, I'm here per your instructions on Holden Fontenot. He was.
I don't remember.
He's a 19-year-old kid, and you gave him no driving as a condition of his bond. First offender DWI. You wanted to see some things, and I've got some things for you. I had him complete a drug and alcohol course. The decision-making course is the continuing. And here are 2 others, one from Markel and one from Pittsburgh. His situation, Judge, is that he's not maybe.
I don't know, guys. We got Fletcher and Loud Elvis in here. We're just going to hear all kinds of band names today. Maybe they're the same person.
A lot more responsible than a lot of 19-year-olds and older that I know. He's working 6-7 days a week, 60-70 hours, and he supports himself, although he lives with his parents. He pays for his truck note, he pays for his insurance, he pays for everything. So during this interim period, he's been having to get rides from mom, get rides from coworkers.
Great. Good.
And
is he here now?
He's not here today, but I'll send him in if you're willing to change it. And
I'm always happy to. I'm always willing.
Okay.
Bring him in. Let's talk, and then we'll see.
Do you want me to? So do you want me to docket it or?
Sure. Yeah. Whatever
Okay.
day you want. Live here.
Then can I docket it for tomorrow?
Sure. Yes.
And anyway, I think if you read those letters, his mom just had a significant surgery. And so she's not going to be in a position to give him a ride for the next 2 weeks or so. So I'll bring him in tomorrow. It's a matter of a little bit of.
That's my problem. I thought I was supposed to try it at least 7 times, not just once. This is where I've been making my mistakes.
You were Abraham Perez.
Yes.
Mr. Perez, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
Yes, Judge.
Bless you.
On November 25th, 2024, officer was dispatched to a major accident in 6300 block of South Highway 6 in Harris County, Texas. An officer made contact with a witness. The witness stated she was traveling southbound when she observed the defendant's vehicle swerving and speeding on the roadway. The witness stated the defendant's vehicle rear-ended the complainant's vehicle. The defendant exited the vehicle and the defendant attempted to leave the scene. The defendant was kept on scene by other citizens. The officer made contact with the defendant. The officer observed strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, bloodshot and glossy eyes, and slurred speech. The officer observed a broken glass bottle on the passenger floorboard of the defendant's vehicle and a liquid on the driver's seat floor mat with an odor of an alcoholic beverage. The officer located 3 open Modelo bottles in the bed of the defendant's vehicle, and the witness stated the defendant removed the bottles from inside the motor vehicle and
Drinking
in the bed.
while driving? Really?
The defendant would not comment on whether he was drinking, and standard field sobriety tests were conducted. HGN 6 out of 6, walk and turn 2 out of 8, one leg stand 1 out of 4. The DIC was read and the defendant consented to arrest. The results were 0.141 and 0.139.
Mr. Perez, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Tell me, are you a United States citizen?
No, sir.
Are you in this country with or without permission?
No, sir. Sin permiso.
With or without permission in this country?
Este país. No. No, sir. ¿Estás aquí con permiso o sin permiso? No, I'm here without permission.
What happens if you go to jail?
Para cárcel. ¿Cómo? Immigration could arrest me. Correcto.
I would hope that you would recognize it's freaking elementary that you're not supposed to have alcohol in the car while you're driving. And I'm going to tell you now that it is a minimum of 5 days in jail to any sentence that you get. The fact that there's an open container. And I will tell you now, if you were to do 5 days, immigration will get their clutches on you and you will be stuck in custody until the case is over with and then shipped off to immigration, where you will sit for another 6 to 9 months. And if you don't believe me, ask Mr. Santana. Ask him how many clients he has represented over the years that have
I didn't know. I don't know if this is just Texas. I didn't know that if you have an open container, that's an automatic 5 days. I did not know that. I never even heard that in here before, but I don't always pay attention.
sat in immigration custody and how long they will sit there until immigration does whatever they're going to do. I'm going to put a whole host of conditions on you now. And if I find that you are a danger to my public, if I find that you violate any of these conditions, I'm going to light you up like a freaking Christmas tree. I will revoke your bond, put you in jail, and if you're unlucky enough, you will be there for a very long time. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
The first thing I'm telling you now is you are not going to drive. I don't care what's going on in your life. You will be signing an affidavit with me today. This is a promise that you're going to make to me that you're not going to drive, and I don't care what is going on in your life. I don't care where you gotta go. I don't care what you gotta do. If Jesus comes down from heaven and needs a ride to church, you get into a car and drive, get ready. I'm also ordering you not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs, and I will randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol, likewise, I will put you in jail. No more PR bonds for you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Tell me, is this a first? Any prior DWIs?
There's no fire.
Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance, but it is your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Santana. If he tells me that you start playing games, that you're not responding to his phone calls, text messages, I will issue a warrant for your arrest.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Shh. If you do not stay in contact with him, I'm going to revoke your bond. Mr. Perez, I will do everything in my power to protect my public. And I don't care if we got to put you away kicking and screaming. But the only thing that matters to me is public safety.
Why is the judge yelling at me so much today? I can't handle it. Hi, Damien.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mrs. Santana, please advise your client accordingly. We'll have you sign your affidavit. I'm gonna have you sign a reset. You'll get with Felicia for your bond conditions, and then we'll let you go. There's what?
The jury has to.
Oh,
It's our bar's 4th year anniversary. Well, our anniversary passed. It was like the 3rd week of November, but we're celebrating it this weekend. So starting Friday, John, we are just going to be busy, busy, busy. We have a new band coming in every 2 hours all weekend long. Lots of food specials, drink specials. The last 3 years have been insane on our. Oh no. See, this is why I don't like working for people. Never mind. I'm not gonna. I'm not. I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna move past it. It's gone. Yep, we're gonna have a birthday party. It's gonna be so much fun. I can't wait for Friday.
okay, guys, come on. Yes, thank you. Okay,
I'm gonna get those paperwork and then I'll take care of it.
okay, thanks. Hey. How are you?
Poor Damien. You wake up to the judge screaming. 'Cause he does it every day.
I see that he's trying to zoom in. I see it.
No, he can't move. He can't be moved from his house. I mean, he's in terrible condition.
I don't know what to tell
You're
you,
wrong. He
but
loves
it's
everybody.
unacceptable.
Drunk driver.
We've tried over and over to get him over here. He's got bond violations. He knows it. He's trying to thwart the system. It's unacceptable and it's not fair.
Lancaster.
She was concerned, the company that operates the machine said, they didn't know that the machine was defective.
Defective in that someone else is blowing into it?
Well, from the explanation that he gave me is that nobody moved and it's stuck. And that if anybody passing by the machine, it'll pick up and then that whoever the camera picks up the screen. So there was nobody else that was blowing into that machine except you.
We download the pictures, please. Felicia.
It should be in your email, but if not, I can report it to you as well.
Regardless, he's supposed to be here. We've given him enough time. It's been a week.
He contacted the vendor and tried to say that the device is faulty, but the representative stated he's talking to you, having someone else wait for him, and it's valid. So that's the email that I'm assuming he's talking about. You reached out to him, but the defendant is the one that stated that it was affected, not the company or any of our officers.
Do you have,
Okay, I haunt you. I think I found out something else about you, but I'm not sure. So I'm going to ask you, do you have one cat or two? I'm going to go with one.
Where do you have that someone else is blowing into it? Felicia.
Like the report? Let me find
And the new machine that he has, ever since he got the new machine, he hasn't had any operations on the new machine. It's just that.
I don't know what to tell you, but Mr. Kelly's not here. You know, I think that we've been more than accommodating to him. And I don't know what else. I mean, it's just, he's supposed to be here like anybody else to address violations. We've been more than accommodating with him. And I just don't know what else we can do. So why is he not here now?
He can't get out of bed. He can't even leave the room. He has a bedpan. He can't really, literally can't move. I went to pick him up like I promised the court that I would, but I saw him in this condition and there's just no way he can make it to court today.
Hey, Joe.
I mean, the only thing I can ask the court is if we could, because the doctor said he, you know, in the note that I showed the court yesterday, he has until the 13th of this month. I'm just asking that the court, if the court could reset this to the 13th, and then he'll be here.
It's always one thing. We're gonna get here the 13th. He's still not gonna show up. So it's gonna be something else. My only concern if this someone else is blowing into the machine. That's what I'd like to know, because if it is, it's unacceptable, and I'm not gonna put up with it. I mean, that's just. You let me know. I mean, I'd like to see pictures. I want to know if someone else is blowing into the machine.
I'm looking at them right now. I have like the screenshots in the email I forwarded, and they're covered, and then I'm not sure if this is the defendant or not, but it's the vendor that stated it's not him.
Which day?
And
then can we?
The covered camera that someone else.
Can we show it to? Can you email to Mr. Bassi so he can see it as well?
Yeah, of course.
Please. Can you take a look and just see what they're talking about, whether it's him or not? And then let's powwow again. Okay, thanks. Ms. Turner. I saw that you have someone today. Who was it again?
I have a couple. So first is a quick question on Chadwick Brown. So we were working out an offer with the state, a time served, but it's been 16 years since the first offense. He hasn't picked up anything else, so no.
Sorry.
No. Okay. Okay, next one was Tweety. We filed a motion to withdraw, but he's waived, so we'll have to set him.
Let me see. Who's the next one?
Tweety, Justin.
Tweety's the last name?
Yes.
I don't see it. Is it under a different name? Yeah.
252-6597.
Do not judge lest you be judged.
That's weird. Do you see Tweety on the docket? Tweety, Tweedy.
Yes, Judge, there's a Tweety on top.
I mean, it's 150 days. I don't know if I'm going to grant something at 150 days. It's time for him to, so let's do this. I'm setting him for a week. He's got to be here in a week, and then tell him that I'm not happy with him, and we'll see how we go forward. But so SFBF 1 week, please, on Tweety, and then we'll tell him I'm extremely unhappy, and we'll see when he comes
Hopefully, I
back.
haven't been able to get him, but
Just
I'll
do,
try.
but CYA always. So
Right.
if he's not responding to phone calls, if he's not responding to text messages, send a letter so that you CYA. And if he's not here next time, I'm revoking the bond.
Will do.
Then I'll grant your motion.
We'll do another, but I'm gonna speak to the client.
Take your time. Deputy, did you get Ms. Zalkanova back there today? Or, don't worry about it. Did you get Zalkanova back there today with a Z? Last page on your doc, probably. Tolkien, Zal.
The last person I have is Stubbs.
Okay, so it's not your money.
Well, we both would. We both would. So it's combined. It said total at the bottom. So I just added it.
Okay, but I don't think that's your money then. It's her money, and I'm not gonna. Okay, I'm gonna grant it for you. Okay. All right. Thanks. You can just take a seat. Thanks. Aaron. Hey.
What's this? Oh, okay. I'm gonna bump it. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna play it for a second. What's this? What happened in his shirt? I feel bad. His shirt got stained.
It says, the first one is Mr. McCauley, the gentleman from yesterday.
No, that's the inside of his jacket, guys. It's lined with a pattern. Oh, I want to see, and I can't see it.
He wasn't
back there?
No, he wasn't brought up. He was such a felony. Can I roll him to tomorrow?
Happened. I wonder why they didn't get him.
He was taking a felony.
We don't
Oh, he went to
objectify
felony
men
today.
here.
Okay. Yeah, let's roll it to tomorrow. Can you be here tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll be here tomorrow. And then I have Mr. Messina in the back also. He's set for a bail review, but I'm gonna file for competency on him, Judge. Yeah.
Okay.
So I mean, whatever we need to do, but I think
Yeah, I need you to, if you don't mind, filing the paperwork, and then I'll sign it for you. And then we normally,
It's not a shadow.
Really?
It's a lining of his
have
jacket.
you've been,
Yeah.
okay, all right.
Yeah, and
It's-
apparently he's been causing problems back there too, so. Yeah.
So I guess I didn't realize, so he's on bond for our assault. He picks up a VPO. Alex, same complaining witness?
Let me see, Your Honor.
If it's the same CW, I'm gonna end up revoking his PR bond.
That's fine. Okay.
You know,
Yeah, okay, correct.
he's got the 10,000 on the injury to the elderly as well.
It appears. It doesn't appear to be the same complainant at our case, Your Honor. It appears that the complainant in our case is the witness for the new case, for the video. So it's against someone else. I believe nothing.
On the jacket.
Okay.
Most probably this.
Yeah, I'm gonna set it at 5,001. And then should something change, just let me know. And then we can always talk.
And I'll file that today.
Yeah, okay. Thanks a lot, Aaron. Did you hear that?
One thing leads to another.
Page. Top of page 37. Messina, 5,001, please.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Yeah.
This Anthony Mann.
So the tampering, I guess, is going to be dismissed in exchange for the discharging, right?
Correct.
Um, Understand why it's not on here. You're giving up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement, Mr. Mann. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you plead guilty, it will go on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. You can never take it off. Do you understand? Is this what you want to do? It looks like the agreement that you guys have worked out is you're pleading guilty to the discharging a firearm in the metropolitan area. If there was a weapon in this case, it now will
Do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
be forfeited. You're not going to get it back. As a part of this agreement, they're going to dismiss your second case against you. It looks like they've offered you 12 days in jail, giving you credit for the 60 that you've done. So you're going to walk out of here today. What you need to understand, though, is that this is going to go on your record. And from now on, you're facing a minimum of 90 days in jail. Do you understand? This is not the way, man. Get a job. Do something worthwhile in your life.
I am the
The
way.
older you get, life gets more difficult. The more convictions you rack up. It's so hard to be a black man today in today's society. All you're doing is making it more difficult, man. If you don't have an education, you ain't got a good job, you're gonna be nothing when you hit 70, man. Life sucks when you're old and you ain't got money. Now's the time for you to work hard and do something. Good luck, man. Abandon.
Just can I just confirm that cost of support? Just making sure, Judge. Thank you.
From school.
Okay, Josh.
Entry this morning, GUIDRY.
Okay.
And
You mean, am I near the shopping mall? Oh, yes. It's like 30 minutes away, 40 minutes away.
whatever that just asked me to approach to see if there's any conditions or anything that we needed.
So the only condition I did was don't go back to HEB.
HEB.
Okay, and don't write any more hot checks.
Right. And we've got an offer worked out. She's gonna be paying back restitution.
How much is restitution?
It was $454.89.
Okay, please advise your client that this is the second time this has happened. I doubt a third is gonna be, so, all right, she's all yours. Okay, thanks, Josh.
Judge, for MLS, did you just want the previous confirmations to change that? For MLS.
What do you want?
Did you just want the previous bond conditions, but change that to a portable device today?
She's supposed to get whatever device today.
Yes.
In 5 different states, Judge.
Oh.
And so I'll wait until.
Yeah. Prior fugitive, okay. He's an interesting name.
Ivernal.
It's Invernal?
When I was speaking with the bonds lady, she called him Ivernal, so I think it's Ivernal.
Good morning, Mr. Stubbs.
How you doing?
How are you?
Okay, you sir?
Is it Ivernal, Invernal?
It's Ivernal.
Bleak House. Big book. Very good. Ending made me yell at him.
Ivernal. That's an interesting name.
Thanks.
Interesting.
It's different.
All right, so Mr. Stubbs, it looks like you are wanted out of Alabama for,
The possession of marijuana first degree theft.
wow.
Because of the amount. It didn't
Is
say.
it a capital weed case?
I don't know how much it is, Judge.
Yeah. So it looks like you're wanted for a first degree possession of marijuana case. What would you like, Ms. Oko?
So Judge, we would like for a bond to be set for him to get out. Of course, I know
Punctuation, Fozzie. Punctuation saved it. Punctuation is important.
on this particular case, he has made the one court date that has actually been set, according to his bonds lady, and this would have been the second one, but due to issues happening with the court itself, there is a change of.
Did you go to the mall?
I want a change of staffing at the jail, according to the bonds lady, and so they had issues with court resets, and they sent out wrong court dates, and people just didn't make those court dates because they never got it. And that's why Mr. Stubbs is here today. He is more than capable of going to his court date in Alabama, taking care of this warrant, and he does hope to get his bond renewed in Alabama because this was a mistake on their end. So he just wants a low bond so that he can pay it, take care of Alabama, and then come on back to his family here in Houston.
Do you have a lawyer in Alabama?
Somehow my lawyer got sick. Somehow he got sick and he was taking off my case. So instead of them sending my case to someone in the law firm with him, somehow I was appointed a court appointed.
And I know the new name.
What I would suggest, the thing is though, is that if they made a mistake, then many times they'll own up on the mistake and reinstate and release the hold.
That's what the lawyer was trying to get the hold released, him and the bondsman. They've been working together to try and get it released.
So what I would do is you'd use, because now here, I don't know if I'm going to give you a bond, Mr. Stubbs. I got to tell you that I take this extremely serious, right? I don't know you. I've never met you before. Everybody that comes over here tells me it's little bunnies jumping in the woods and rainbows and gumdrops, but when they get out, they turn into a completely different person. And my main concern is public safety. That's what I want, right?
I'll tell you first, I'm an adult, sir.
I'm sorry?
I'm an adult. So therefore, I never missed a court date. The ones that I have had, I don't care where I'm at. If I have to drive 1,000,000 miles, I would drive 1,000,000 miles to show up for court because I don't want to be in this position. First of all,
in and out for some reason, and I don't know why.
But mistakes the court's made.
Tell me, how long has this warrant been open?
The warrant's been open since January 2024. It was a month before he picked up 2 felonies in our jurisdiction, impeding breath for a family.
So that warrant's been open since January.
Yes, Your Honor. And then a month after, he picked up 2 felonies in our jurisdiction, and assault family member, impeding breath, and evading motor vehicle. He said 3 failure to ID out of 2 different jurisdictions, and he had a prior fugitive case in 2006. Because of all those factors, I believe he's the definition of a flight risk. He literally drove away from the police and failed to ID himself at least 3 different occasions in 2 different jurisdictions.
Is that an allegation or something that took place?
Look.
In Lancaster, they sell soft pretzels at the beer stores. So in Pennsylvania, selling liquor and beer, it changed recently, but to get beer, you had to go to a beer store, and they were owned by, normal people. To get liquor, you had to go to a state store, and they were owned by the state. So the beer stores, they sell pretzels. They sell pretzels. They don't sell pretzels at the mall anymore unless you go to like Annie Ann's if they have a booth. But no, you go to the beer store if you want pretzels. Soft pretzels.
The only way that I really get to know you is paper, because that really tells me who you are. What you tell me now goes in here, goes in there, because I never met you before, right? So that's how I really get to know you. But the problem is this warrant from Alabama has been open for a year.
It's been open for 3 years.
No, the warrant that was been issued in this case. You've had an entire year to take care of this.
I never knew about the warrant because my bondsman wasn't contacted, nor was I contacted.
The liquor store sold wine. Well, there was a few wineries that you could buy wine from, but you got wine from the liquor store, the state store. Now they changed it. So in the last couple years, we can get wine and beer and some liquor from like grocery stores. But you still basically have to go to the state store to get the liquor that you want. We do have some wineries. You can get wine in the wineries, but if you want like a normal brand, you have to go to the state store.
Because
They're
the
not-
lawyer fell
doesn't-
off the face of the earth.
It's your responsibility. No one is gonna call you, hey, Mr. Stubbs, it's time to take care of this criminal case. Come on, man, it's time to take care of it. Criminal cases don't work like that, man. When you hire a lawyer, you hire them to defend you. And, the more money you spend, the better representation you get, the more you pay to get babied, right? Like these really grandiose lawyers, they will baby the heck out of you, right? Because you pay for it.
All the courts basically, and every day until they tell me I have a new court date, or is my lawyer.
Yeah, if that's what it takes, then yeah, yes.
But Judge, and I wanted to say in his defense, the bonds lady did state that he had been in contact with her as per the new court date, whatever new court date was set out. And when they issued out the court date, she didn't know about it until he missed it. He didn't know about it until he missed it. He has been in contact with his bonds lady in Alabama. What I can do is I can reach out to his attorney. I believe his name is Chris Albert. I will reach out to him in Alabama and see if I can get some sort of written correspondence from a prosecutor in Alabama. That way they can kind of rectify this whole thing.
Not only do you have 2 open cases here, but you've also said he picked up other cases in other states as well?
No, I'm saying his history in 4 other states. He's had,
History in 4 other states?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm not from Texas. I've just moved here. I haven't been in trouble in over 12 years,
You've got 2 open felony cases. It's been open since February.
Take them to trial right now today, because when those allegations, I was in jail.
So don't listen, let's not talk about, don't talk about the cases.
Trial, no, I'm guilty to prove innocent, right?
Let's do this. Ms. Chisholm, can we roll it to tomorrow? Will you reach out and see if it is a true error in their part? Maybe
Absolutely.
Release the hold?
Yes, Judge.
I don't feel comfortable. This thing's been open for a year. You've known it's been open for a year. And now the only reason you want to take care of it is because we got you, when you should have been proactive.
I never knew I had a warrant.
It's okay. And Judge, I'll get some written correspondence. Hold on, Mr. Stubbs. Mr. Stubbs, hold on. I'm gonna get some written correspondence to that effect. That way we can have something on paper. And if we can't get it on paper, then we'll take it on from there. But I'll do my best to reach out to Alabama folks.
Mr. Stubbs, she's great. That's why we have her working with us to try to help resolve these issues. If they can, hopefully they'll release the hold.
Yes, Judge. I'll start working on it now, but we'll roll it till tomorrow.
Yeah, okay.
So I will have to come back to court tomorrow. So I will be deprived of sleep, held under duress, and still have to go through the same. I haven't eaten since Wednesday.
You haven't eaten since Wednesday?
Don't eat meat. They only bring you bologna sandwiches. I'm tired of going through it, Judge. I don't do anything
I don't know if
wrong.
they
I
have
haven't been in any trouble.
They have vegan stuff in jail.
When you peanut butter and jelly, they don't. They only give you that on the dorm. And if I'm here at court, how am I going to eat?
I work at jail. They have vegan meals.
But if I'm in court, how do I get a hot
So
tray?
let's see, you can have someone give you commissary.
Johnny's.
You have commissary?
I can't go to commissary. I haven't been to commissary. I've been here a week.
Oh, you just got arrested.
I just got arrested I just got here last Wednesday. I was extradited from Dallas County to here.
Oh, so you weren't even here in Dallas?
I wasn't even here, so I did 10 days. They actually had dropped the warrant. Somehow I have a fugitive charge with a new case number that's not even the case number in Alabama.
That actually makes sense because we wouldn't have filed ours unless he made bond and we had no other interstate. So that makes sense.
Oh, wrong one. Young ones. Oh my gosh. So I used to play this game called Last Chaos for years with a lot of British people. And actually the one guy just called UK. He lived in the UK. I know his name, but we all called him UK. And he named our guild the Young Ones because he just loved that show so much.
And I'll tell you, it's going to continue to happen eternally until you get back over there.
I think my lawyer died, so that I heard. I have a paid lawyer. I feel that my case should have went to.
If you got a paid lawyer and they drop the ball, then you need to go file a complaint with the state bar.
I just found this out.
Mr. Stubbs, we're gonna try and take care of it on our end, okay?
I've got Ms. Oko working
All
on
right,
it. Okay.
yes. So he can go back, Thank you so much, Judge.
Thank you, Ms. Oko.
Yes, sir. May I be excused?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge.
You're the best.
She is the best. All right, guys, we made it. We made it to the end. And I don't have to do a Kelly video today. I do have to start my next project, though. All right. I don't think I'm going to try to get that Judge Reese trial into members only. But again, it's touchy content. This is court, and people go to court for bad things. They don't go to court for good things. So watch it at your own, I don't know, the next word I was reading. Thanks, guys. Have a great, great, great day. See ya. Oh, wait. Wait, what? The last case was pretty good. All right. Is this it? That's it. This guy right here in orange, right? Oh, this lawyer. Right here? You want me to play that? Okay.
Somehow, at least I'm
I'm
consistent.
game.
Yeah.
So. Listen, you don't need to say a word.
Morning, Mr. Bio. You speak English, right?
Yes.
Okay. Shh. All right, Mr. Bio, you're charged initially as of, it looks like November 7th, you picked up an assault of a family member. I see now that you've picked up a new case. As of November 30th, you've picked up a violation of a bond condition or protective order. I don't know which it is. All I know is that you picked up a violation case. You're facing now another year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. I haven't done probable cause, so we're going to do that. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. Sir.
Officers were dispatched to a residence in Harris County, Texas, in response to a disturbance. The complainant stated that he was locked out of his residence by his ex-wife's new boyfriend. Complainant went to the residence because his ex-wife had called them and stated that she was going to work. When the complainant asked who would be watching their children, the ex-wife said a friend. Complainant then heard defendant's voice in the background and went over to the apartment. Complaining witness is the same complainant.
You said he heard whose voice?
The complainant heard the defendant's voice in the background. I think that the complainant believed that the defendant would be watching his and his ex-wife's children, and that's why he went over to the apartment. Complainant is the same complainant from a pending AFM, and the apartment address where the defendant was staying is listed on a signed order of protection.
How bad of an assault were we talking in the original case? What happened is
I think it was punching in
slap.
the face with a closed fist.
once, twice, thrice?
2 to 3 times, it looks like, Judge.
Okay.
And I can give some excellent background on that I think they're also still working through.
On the assault case, we issued a protective order, I would imagine.
Yes, and I've got a copy of that, Judge, if you need to
And
see.
we ordered him, did we order him not to have contact with this person?
Yes, but that's not the basis of the new charge. And so if we delve into the state's filed information, which is also the basis of the allegation he violated, well, imagine you're hearing both kind of in conjunction, the new charge PC, but also considering the questions of bail with respect to the first charge as well.
Of course.
What's been alleged in the new information is that Mr. Bio went to the residence of the CW, Mr. McWilliams. As of the date when we first appeared in court, the representation was made by both Mr. McWilliams, and then today, the representation was made by the ex-wife of Mr. McWilliams, who is the dating partner of Mr. Bio. So he is dating this gentleman's ex-wife. But she has confirmed to both of us that Mick Williams has moved out of that residence as of the date of the first alleged assault. And Mick Williams has told them that. They have been unable to reach Mick Williams as of recently. But in the RIP call information, Mick Williams confirms, I moved out that day and do not live at the address that's at issue in this VPO case. If you look at the filed information in that VPO case, it's a necessary ingredient of that allegation that Mick Williams lived at that address. It specifically says it in the last line.
You're saying in the protective order?
Yes, Chair. Oh, no, not the protective order. In the violation of protective order case, if you look at the state's filed information in that case, you will see the last line is, to wit, he was at the complainant's residence, but Mr. McWilliams doesn't actually live there. He moved out. Actually, was not on the lease.
He's still not supposed to have contact with this person.
Well, he's not. He didn't have contact with him. What happens is he's at a place that is not Mick Williams' address, and then Mick Williams, angry that he's there, still wanting to control his ex-wife, comes over there and busts the windows. And so that is
What's the window of
his ex-wife's house where Mr. Biles.
What's the ex-wife's name?
Shannon.
Shannon. Okay, so
we both spoke to Shannon a few minutes ago.
And Shannon has how many kids with Mr. Bio? Or do they have kids or no? So whose kids are they? McWilliams?
Williams and Shannon's children.
Okay.
I think there's 2.
And so what's alleged in the newly filed charging document is that Mr. Bio went to the residence of Mick Williams, which there's no PC to believe in. He did not go to the residence of Mick Williams. He went to Shannon's residence. Mick Williams does not live there, stopped living there, and the state can't meet the information. And so there's no PC on my argument, Judge, is that there's no PC that the state or the officer.
So in our case, in the assault case, the protective order says that he's not supposed to go to this Spring Cypress, the apartment in Spring Cypress, right?
Well, contemplating that that's Mick Williams' address.
Is that his address? Yes or no?
That is no longer his address, Judge.
Okay.
When that was filed, I imagine that was the original apartment, but on the
Because a lot of
day,
times they never updated. They just put the original apartment where it happened at, and they always assume that it's this, just.
so that's no longer the address. Mr. McWilliams moved out of that address on the day of the incident, and he told me he moved out. I believe that Shannon is the only name on the lease.
For the violation case, where is he alleged to have gone to?
He went to the address that's listed in the original MOA. So he went to the Spring
Cypress.
Right.
That's right.
Okay.
But
what he's saying is that this person no longer lives there.
Well, that's what Mick Williams told the state. And that's what Shannon has told both the state and myself. And that is what our full understanding is. Now, I know that address is listed in the protective order, but what's contemplated by the protective order is don't go to a place where Mick Williams lives. And Mick Williams is not living at the Spring Cypress.
The problem is that we also have this address there because he could always go back.
Well,
he may not live there. Maybe he lives there partially. Maybe he comes and goes.
But what was us was he was kicked out.
Also as a preventative measure so that we don't want you to actually or accidentally bump into this person. And that's why we have this there, is that he did live there at one time. Perhaps he may go back. He left an article of clothing. He left pizza there, or whatever it may be.
Well, what's really happening is he wants to go back and continue harassing his ex-wife. And that is what Shannon has represented, I think, to both of them. I wasn't privy to their phone call. Certainly what was represented to me. And
what do you want?
Well, I want no PC to be found on the violation of protective order charge, because an element of that offense that's been alleged is that Mr. Bio went to the residence of McWilliams. McWilliams does not live there. It's not his residence. So there's no PC to believe that that element is met.
What do you think?
Judge, I don't know, on this matter,
I gotta think, described in the order is that address was PC, but the actual location.
I will say, Judge, in the charging instrument, the defendant it does say, he's not allowed to intentionally or knowingly go to a place specifically described in the order. The address in the order, that's where he was staying. But in terms of
But the address in the order, who was staying
the defendant was staying at the address in the order.
in this
In the
protective
original
order?
Moab, Spring Cypress.
Okay.
Yes, the defendant was staying there. But I personally, I will say in terms of PC, I'm going to defer to the court on this matter.
And may I just read that little blurb of the information that I think is important for the court to hear? May I take a, cheat and steal y'all's computer? Go ahead. So,
Do we still have a problem with him trying to communicate though?
no, he didn't want to have any communication. This gentleman comes over to the place and starts busting the windows.
I will say the complainant came to the place where the defendant was staying. Like he initiated the contact in the situation.
And what's alleged is, and it's the last clause, maybe two clauses, it says a place specifically described in the order, to wit, the residence of a protected individual, namely Mark, and it should say Mick Williams, but it says Mark Williams. So it's in order to meet this charging document, it would have to be that gentleman's residence, and he does not reside there as by his own representation to the state. And so I'd ask that, and I know it's a very unique situation.
How do we go forward though? If I find no PC, how do we go forward? No.
Well, goes back out on bond while we prepare our defense to the initial charge of assault, which I think they've seen quite a bit by way of background about Mr. McWilliams.
How do we know that this isn't going to happen again?
Well,
I will say, I'm not sure where Mr. Byer will be staying if he were to get out on bond, but the witness, Shannon, she is no longer living in her apartment as of tomorrow. So that address will no longer, it won't even belong to any of them as of tomorrow.
Do we do a no contact with both?
I don't, we would do no contact with the witness, with Shannon. But I would ask no contact with Mr. McWilliams.
You are now in a relationship with Shannon, right?
That's right, Judge. But yes,
so
I've instructed him, just let me answer for him, Judge, but he is in a relationship with Shannon, that's right. And he moved here from Hawaii to be with Shannon, and the ex-husband takes issue with it. And the ex-husband has a very violent history with Shannon. And so long-term, we think there'll be issues with case one even. But I understand that that's not really we're not there yet. I think the question is what to do if he is out. I do think obviously no contact whatsoever in any form, shape at all with Mr. McWilliams is appropriate. And that is what existed. Unfortunately, the state can't even reach McWilliams because he doesn't have a phone number that is even good.
Have you run an NCIC check on this McWilliams guy?
We can see his in-county criminal history, but I can run a new check on it.
You see, I mean,
I don't want to be
Pretty
incorrect,
expensive.
but I think he's got violent history with Shannon, but maybe when you get to be my age, it's hard to remember all the details, but I think I recall that.
You can't
but
just
maybe
say
I'm
that in
mistaken.
court if you don't know. You can't
I
just
don't
say
want to
that.
represent something inaccurate.
you have inherited a dangerous situation. And Mr. Bio, you need to be very careful. You know, if you're in a relationship with someone and they have another person that's in their life that's like this, you could be the bearer of bad times. So you need to be very careful. You're in a very volatile situation. So you need to be careful going forward because it really could just could go out of control. You may need to get a protective order yourself, you know? it's very possible that you may need to get a protective order. So just be careful. You're in good hands. You ever have any issues, just reach out to Brian. We can always help you out as well. I'll find no PC on the violation of protective order, but just be careful because there are a lot of vindictive people in this life that will they'll try to make your life a living hell. And you being on bond in this case, they can do that. They can say, hey man, he's doing this to me. He's threatening me. He's doing that. And if an officer doesn't know any better and they come up and they see that you're have this open assault, they may never take your word. They may never even speak to you. They'll just put you in county. So you gotta be careful. You know, you're in good hands. We'll help you out for as much as we can. Okay. Okay. So I'll find no PC on the
And I think, Judge,
on the violation case. And I'm not going to revoke your bond on the original assault case, Mr. Bio, but you got to be careful, man. You know.
And Judge, I think you should also have him give his updated address to pretrial would be appropriate as well.
Okay. And I think that's probably somehow make a notation in everywhere so that we know where Shannon lives.
That lawyer just burnt 80 calories just saying he should give his address.
You don't have an address for, McWilliams, so I don't know how we're going to handle
Well,
that.
I think the
but-
protective order does say any address where McWilliams does reside. So whether or not, I guess that'd be a notice question, but we know not to go anywhere where he lives.
I think the issue is whether this other person's going to now be, okay.
You do understand all that?
Do you have any questions? Just be careful. Life's too short to live either in a 6x9 box or be 6 feet under because you got other people that have just, just be careful. All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Good luck. Good luck, Mr. Bio.
I see the Terminator 2. Yep, I definitely do, which was an awesome movie, all of them. This time it's for real, guys. This time it's real. See ya. I'll see you soon. Bye.
Got these life echoes, digital dreams. Through the screen, her blue eyes gleam. Wicked humor, sharp as a knife. Her stream sparks electric light. Late night when the world sleeps, she's the friend that always keeps. Giggles roll like thunder loud. She stands out in any crowd. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor dark and twisted charm. In a way, there's no alarm. Freedom tales late into the night. Her laughter feels just right. Even when my world turns gray, with a giggle she lights the way. Her eyes hear a sky so blue. In her jokes there's a truth so true. With each stream she brings the light, turns dark days into bright. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor dark and twisted charm. In a way, there's no alarm. Streaming tales late into the night. Her laughter feels just right. Even when my world turns gray, with a giggle she lights the way. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor dark and twisted charm. In a way, there's no